Yay, it's recording time. Something.
Mm-hmm. Time to record.
A thing where we all speak while it's being recorded for future generations to look back and wonder.
Dude,
Yes.
having a tissue paper up your nostril is not pleasant. I'll tell you that. I have a running nose today, by the way, just to let the audience know. And picture that, in case you're into that sort of thing. I don't know.
Well, did you manage to catch
sickness
it?
fetish?
Nah, it's just I got an allergy. So, maybe I don't know. I'm just saying, if I sound weird, it's because of that.
I'll say again, did you manage to catch that nose?
Druid, this is an intervention.
I'm sorry.
Intervention.
I've become evil.
This is an assassination attempt.
Over the internet.
Oh,
Yeah,
wait,
it's
don't
like-
we
it's
need
like
to do
Sword Art
introductions
Online.
or?
Yeah,
Wait,
don't
what?
we need to actually do the intro
Oh. Yeah. I'll
after
try.
our most exciting Easter egg ever?
Yeah, I'll try to do that with the runny nose. That should be fun. The questions part then. Wow. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Shifty podcast. I'm Luís, aka SpartanSloth, and today we have
Natsu
Druid.
Dragneel,
Whoop,
aka
whoops, it is he.
TJ1023. Fuck you, Druid. This is my spot. I'm back.
And it's Druid, last but not least. Of
Ruin my intro.
Kids,
course it
please
did.
don't fight.
That's a dick move, Druid.
Well, it's the only
Come into
move I
my
know.
house, disrespect my rules.
Take tissue up my nose.
I guess that's me.
Is your nose running? Well, you better go get some Mucinex.
I see what you did there, and well played. You're the better man.
Is he though?
Okay, well, I was just being polite. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I
he's
really do
gotta
like
make
you.
up for the rudeness he caused earlier.
Wait, who caused rudeness earlier?
He got me off.
Oh, right, yes.
Rudeness.
So who were you this time, TJ? Not Keanu Reeves or something.
Well, I've been watching a lot of Fairy Tail lately because I'm trying to catch up. It's an anime, and one of the main characters, I guess, kind of the main character's name is Natsu Dragneel. So, yeah, wow.
Would you mind typing that? Okay, Natsu Dragneel. Oh,
Yeah.
well, I can see how that could sound like Natsu Keanu Reeves.
Oh yeah, I thought it was the same as well.
Dude, what kind of fucking name is Natsu Dragneel? For fuck's sakes.
Well, I mean, it's an anime, so it's Japanese. Natsu sounds pretty Japanese, and the Dragneel
Go.
part is because he was raised by a dragon. So
What about the new part? Like, he had to be on his knees for the rest of his life or something?
the U
The new Dragneel.
Dragneel, because they needed it, because Natsu Dragon isn't a real name for a person. You know.
Sure, buddy.
So, Druid and Tyler are having apparently some weird shipping fight in the little message thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say
typed
it's shipping, but it's like,
Well, Tyler's is
No.
clearly shipping.
yeah.
Oh yeah, we have TDBTyler in the background just recording, because it's a bust up.
He's a punk bitch.
So Tyler typed Natsu X Lucy, then Druid typed Erza for Life. I have no fucking clue what you guys are talking about. Not really sure if I give a shit, dude.
Okay. That's a good
Pretty much
that you had.
all you need to imagine Lucy is fan service and blonde hair.
Fan service?
Yeah. Do you know what
You
fan
don't-
service is?
No, I don't.
Oh. Maybe
It's-
he'll start. Maybe he'll start watching anime once we tell him what fan service is.
Yeah, maybe.
Could you guys just get to the definition of that, please?
Shall I do the honors or should you?
Go for it, Druid.
Fan service is it's a more or less blatant sort of over sexualization of a character for the sake of fans. So they'll have it where they'll have a conversation, but instead of having your standard wide shots, they'll have it a boob shot or a panty shot, which means the camera is somewhere in between a female's legs or like nestled in her bosom.
Okay, I get it. You know, the way you guys were like, oh, should I do the honors or something? It sounds like you are trying to sell me drugs.
Well, that's what anime
drugs.
is.
Yeah, well.
you imagine-
Pancakes!
Could you
I
imagine like
know.
some guy like on a corner like with the what you buying, what you selling, like opens a trench coat, it's like, you want a waifu? Everyone want a waifu?
Dude, really? I have no idea what some of these words mean, like waifu.
Oh, that's not real anime phrasing. That's just
Internet.
neckbeards.
Yeah, internet neckbeard like culture.
Although I've heard Tyler use the phrase waifu before. I think.
If you see in the chat, he says no waifu, no laifu. True words.
I just sent Luís an image that perfectly describes fan service.
Yeah, I'll put that on the link shader and hope this video doesn't get taken down.
I don't know.
So,
Has,
you know.
has any video on YouTube ever been taken down for something linked in a description of a video? Besides maybe like malware or something.
I would assume, yeah.
I'm sure there's certain bots that they link to, like certain websites that they just sort of take down.
Like Meat Spin.
Maybe, yeah.
Meat Spin, Lemon Party. You know, fun stuff.
Two girls, one cup.
2 cups, 1 girl.
Two
How would
ones,
that
one
go
girl
anyway? Like 2 cups shitting on a person? Is that how it works?
2 cups,
No,
one girl?
Yeah.
Or just one girl shitting into 2 cups?
I think it's just 2 cups just like stacked on a girl's head.
Like 2 cups pouring water on a person.
It's just a conservatively dressed white woman sitting at a table drinking water out of 2 cups.
I'm sure there's a fetish for that.
Yeah, no, I'm 100%
People
sure
drinking
that's
water.
the case.
Druid just wanders off to go masturbate.
Druid, please.
Calm
But,
down.
so I'm just gonna try and pull us out of this nosedive.
Please do.
And so I'm pretty sure you guys are well aware of the newest and most hyped announcement in the past week, which is Fallout 4.
Fallout 4 bitches!
Yes.
I cried a little when I saw the trailer.
I mean, I didn't cry, but I'm excited. You know, it's cool.
My
cool.
my body had reactions that I couldn't quite explain. Or maybe I shouldn't explain.
So, do we want to start with praising it, or can I jump right into some criticism?
Go
There's
for it.
face of criticism.
Just some observations I've made.
I will say that I watched the Funhouse analysis of it. I think they were hitting a bit too hard on a teaser trailer. Like, really, it's almost like they're saying, "Oh, this is gonna be shit," just out of a fucking teaser trailer.
I haven't seen that, and I don't think it's a teaser trailer. It's a bit long for a teaser. I think
Well,
it's more like an announcement trailer.
yeah,
But then again,
kinda
that's
like
just semantics.
but
I mean,
still,
regarding the Funhouse video, like it was done more so in the vein that everyone would be already really hyped for the trailer. So it was just to like they made it seem pretty negative just because they needed some way to like sort of get people's attention even though everyone's really hyped.
well, I don't know.
Yeah,
But yeah, TJ, you can go ahead with the observations.
I'm
or
not
whatever.
criticizing it because, trust me, no matter what happens, I'm probably gonna get this game because it's fucking Fallout 4.
Same.
But
Yeah.
And it's not really criticism. It's just some stuff I saw that seemed a little disappointing. A lot of the animations, at least not the one at the end, but a lot of the animations, like they were showing people running and stuff and walking, they literally looked like they were taken straight out of Fallout 3. Like I mean, that might have been what they were going for, at least with this first trailer. You know, they were trying to like make people think, "Oh, this looks so familiar. This is Fallout," which that's what it did. I'm like, it's Fallout 3, animation with next gen graphics, and it looks awesome. And more can be said about the fact that the dog had no hair, but it's all good.
You know, the thing about graphics, and that always annoys me when someone mentions like, "Oh, this game's coming out. I don't like the graphics, so it's probably shit." As someone who doesn't really give a crap about graphics that much, I mean, as long as it doesn't look like a PS1 graphics, come on, we can go past that. Uh, but really, it doesn't bother me. Like, I noticed that it seems the cities or settlements or whatever are gonna be bigger than any Fallout settlements before. So I'm more excited about that than fancy graphics.
Oh yeah.
Quite honestly, if they keep the graphics from New Vegas or maybe a little bit more than New Vegas, but make bigger stuff, I'm happy. Because one of the most lackluster things about New Vegas, and I love that game, but one of the most lackluster things was arriving to the strip after everyone kept talking, oh, the strip, the strip, the strip, and there's like 3 or 4 casinos. It's fucking ridiculous. Really, I expected way more of the strip. So, imagine what they can do with the power of the current generation
Oh,
in
yeah,
terms of big settlements and gun options and, fighting options and shit.
that's what I'm talking about when I say like I'm a little disappointed with like what some of the animation and stuff is, because they've got the power of the next gen. It's literally the difference between like the Xbox 360, PS3, which both, I don't know what the power was for the PS3, but the Xbox 360 was it only had 512 megabytes of RAM and shitty video card, all this other stuff which I don't know enough about to really talk too much about. But then you go into the Xbox One and it has it may not be the best, as good as a high-end gaming PC, but it's still, miles better than the Xbox 360. So I feel like they could do a lot with that, and that's where what I was trying to say before. They could do a lot with that, and they may be planning to do a lot with that. This trailer could just be, the most early build they could come up with that looked nice. It might not have been completely polished, but they might be planning on doing, more. The only thing I'm concerned about is Skyrim looked really good, and then Fallout New Vegas came out before Skyrim, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Skyrim looked really good, so I'm expecting, graphics and details and stuff at least at the level of Skyrim, which would be awesome. And the textures and stuff for, non-moving objects in the trailer looked really good. It was just like the character animation that did not live up to my expectations. And sorry if I sound a little distracted. My cat is on my desk trying to eat my lunch.
No worries. But like for
Go
me,
cat.
go cat, man. But for me, like the trailer that really blew me away, and I'm actually really happy to see, because it's actually a trend that Fallout 3 started with Bethesda, is having really desaturated sort of color schemes. And if you look at the trailer, you just see like crimson red. There's a moment of like where the sun is setting, and it has this really like, it's like the lights pouring through like some crack somewhere, and it's so nice to see color back in a game, because even in Skyrim, had a very muted palette of colors, and it seemed very gray and very earthy, while we
Yeah.
had like Oblivion, which was like really colorful and bright, but it was, when you went into like the dungeons, it was all dark and dingy, and it was a really big comparison of like when you're in the overworld and the underworld. I'm just
Yeah,
sort of happy to go ahead, sorry.
Oh, no. I wasn't trying to cut you off. I was trying to agree with you.
I was just so happy to see all that. And with the animation, like I didn't really see so much of a problem. Like I was actually pretty impressed by it at one moment where they had running at you, and like the school runs along and hits like a bunch of like shopping carts out of the way as they all like shamble towards you instead of just like normal run. But is there anything else? No, besides that, I was too busy probably squealing or like foaming at the mouth to really look at it again. Like I only watched a couple of times afterwards. But if you actually download the actual trailer, there's an increase in like quality of like just how everything looks, because it was actually a little bit like it's a compressed video that you see on YouTube, and you lose a little bit of the texture quality. Like nothing huge, but it's enough that if you stare at it long enough, you're like, oh yeah, it does look a bit nicer.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it looked really good. The trailer, the first time I saw it was really good. It was only like the second or third time I watched it that I started to pick stuff apart, because that's just the kind of person I am.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I'm excited for it, and I can't wait to see E3, because
Definitely.
they might have like an in-game demo or something that they're gonna play on stage, and that'll be freaking awesome. And
Yeah.
they might announce something. I'm hoping they announce is like a. I know there's some people who really hate it, but I would really like an Xbox One version of like Skyrim, at the very least.
If they did like a remake of like Fallout 3 or New Vegas in
Or
the
like
Skyrim engine, I would just like I'd lose it.
yeah, or like a Bethesda greatest hits
Oh,
compilation. Bethesda greatest Xbox 360 hits, and they've got
Which
like
is pretty much everything.
Oblivion, Fallout, Skyrim, and then they put them all on one disc, kind of like the Master Chief Collection.
You know, again, going back to Fallout, it's just that you just hit me. Maybe Bethesda is a bit smarter than we think, and then the announcement trailer is like, oh, let's put the not over the top graphics, so that people don't hype it so much. Looking at you, Witcher, and fuck, I forgot the game like Ubisoft fucked up.
Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs, that's the one. So yeah, so it doesn't have the Watch Dogs and Witcher effect. Although Witcher seems like a decent game from what I heard, but like the trailers were over the top graphic quality and promising a lot of stuff. And then in terms of graphics, they were not the same that was announced, but in terms of playable stuff, seems like The Witcher delivered. Much looking at just Watch Dogs. Shame on you, Watch Dogs.
This was a huge disappointment to most people. Like, I heard it getting hyped up for like all that year, and I was like, I've never even heard of this game. Then it comes out, still don't care. Oh look, nobody else cares now. Cool. Oh.
Tyler
I
just
got
linked
to,
something.
wow.
He said that it was one of Bethesda's greatest hit. I mean, it was Bethesda's greatest hit.
It is,
which
not
is,
was.
yeah, which is a Home Alone video game for the Nintendo. I didn't know Bethesda went back that far.
It goes back really far. I think like one of the first Elder Scrolls games was like I think released like mid-90s or something.
I think so, something like that. Was the first one just Fallout, or was it Fallout Tactics?
Oh no, like all the Fallout stuff was not under the Bethesda branch. They were over it with a different company. Like the Bethesda.
Oh yeah, you're right.
They bought the rights for it for Fallout 3.
Yeah, you're right. I vaguely remember that now.
Yeah.
I just don't remember the name of the company.
So Elder Scrolls is old as I am. It was released in 1994.
It's older than me, actually, by a year.
Wait.
Wow.
Wait. You're from 95, TJ?
Yes.
Aww.
Got a problem with that?
No, I just... Huh. Yeah, that's right, you're younger
How old
than
did
me.
you think I was?
I don't know, for some reason, I thought you were a year younger, but not 2 years younger than me. No idea why.
But
You
you're
might have been thinking
22?
because on my Rooster Teeth page, I'm like a year older than what I actually am.
Oh, yeah,
Because
that's right.
when I signed up, you couldn't sign up before the age of 16. They've changed it since then, but I have no idea how to change my age. So
I guess you just gotta ask Barbara or Caleb
Or Adam.
or Adam or Bernie. Try asking Bernie directly.
yeah, I'll just ask Bernie. Hey Bernie,
Remember
can
to
you
ask him
take
in
time out of your
person.
busy day?
Yeah, go to RTX and reach out to Bernie and say, I need to change my birthday date, and gotta do it now, man. Preferably do that during the podcast panel.
You
Yeah,
won't totally get ridiculed for that, nor unwanted attention from the internet.
I'll just deep throat the mic. That'll get me all the attention I need.
God.
Or
Sort of,
that.
I'm not looking forward to like a lot of like. Do you remember last year in RTX? I think it's weird with a lot of those panels. You get a lot of cringy questions, and I can't deal with cringe.
I don't know. I feel like last year it was a little better than the year before. The
Oh
year
yeah, it
before was
was
really
but-
bad.
Oh God.
Like the one guy walking up, hey, how can I get a job at Rooster Teeth? And then he starts deep throating the mic. And then there was the other guy talking about how Rooster Teeth got him his first girlfriend, and then he said, actually, my ex-girlfriend. So, you know, that's the kind of stuff that you bring up when you're talking to, you know, the people you're fans of.
But I must say the community is maturing anyway. If this trend continues,
I'm
like-
wondering if like the community goes through like different phases. If it's going to go through different phases, like sometimes it's going to get, you know, saturated, and you know it's going to be full of like immature internet people, and then maybe it's going to start, you know, those same people are going to start to mature and grow up, and then a new wave of immature young people are going to start showing up.
yeah, actually,
Because-
that might
You know-
be right because like
Sorry.
I think it was
I've-
sorry about that, but like it wasn't Ruby released like a couple years back, and that's when a huge influx of new fans came about, and like now like yeah no it could be that theory does hold up.
Yeah, I mean, I have been on the site for about 3 years, but I only started participating in it like a year after I made my account. And god damn it, cat. And you know, like the site back then it seemed pretty mature, you know, all the people are pretty, you know, they were pretty nice. There wasn't too much, you know, none of this drama where people were getting chased off the site by immature comments and things like that. And then like this past year there's been so many, you know, ridiculous things like certain people were, you know, chased off of the site by some of the assholes in our community. And you know, it really made me kind of not want to be a part of the community as much anymore. Like I wanted to focus more on the people that I knew as opposed to, because I didn't really like a lot of the new people I was seeing on the site. I didn't get the feeling that I wanted to know these people. If you guys understand what I mean, you know?
Yeah, I mean like Bernie talked quite a lot about it. Like he was saying his observations of like generally the community where you had like the first wave of people that worked on the forums, and then when the social media site went on, the guys from the forums didn't want to talk to the guys on the social media, and then the social the cycle kept coming and coming because it seems to come in waves, and people don't really like sort of change in that sort of regard. But yeah, it's even interesting if you look on sort of, for example, like sites like Tumblr where you have a whole like community forming around like basically a tag, like you have like sort of like let's say Legend of Korra or whatnot, and seeing that sort of almost repeat itself where you have almost like a honeymoon period where everyone's really interested and everyone's plays nice and they're like, oh look at this really cool piece of art I did, or like this cool theory, and then eventually like sort of a lot of the dramatics comes along, then everything's matures and everyone gets like into this sort of nice groove until like a new thing happens, and then everything just starts again.
Yeah, I mean, ever since I joined the site, I've seen a lot of that stuff happen too, and I don't know, man. It kind of sucks. Some of the stuff I've seen because it's like everything was going so damn fucking nice, and then shit happens, and you know it's. But then again, I guess I'm not sure where I'm going with this. By the way, I'm making all this like on the spot. Tyler typed something.
Golden
Tyler,
age
you silly
over.
wheelie. But anyway, I've seen like a few users who were kind of being assholes. But they disappeared, and not because like their accounts got blocked or anything. They just went away over time. So maybe that's a thing. I don't know.
I mean, if you look at, like, for example, the red versus blue community, like it seems like now a very healthy one. I don't see a lot of drama tied to it and whatnot. I mean, but it's been here for like 10 years. I think oftentimes it takes a while for a community to really be able to learn to play nice and learn also to not really like drama in a sort of way where people go looking for fights, or it might even be the people that make up the community. They might even just sort of need to grow and sort of mature in a way.
Yeah, it might be kind of related to like most of the people I've seen coming, the new people came with Achievement Hunter.
Yeah.
As well as Ruby, but a lot of them came with Achievement Hunter, and that might be due in part to the type of entertainment it is. Like it's more of an active entertainment. You could almost call it reality entertainment, even though as much as we hate reality TV,
Fucking reality TV.
That's kind of what it is. Except
it's very much
it's reality in video games. So that might have to do with what it is. But I mean, I'm not blaming that on Achievement Hunter at all, because there's always bad people. It's just it might take a little more time for let's play style to grow more mature.
Nor are we saying that anyone who joined when Achievement like if Achievement Hunter brought you in, like we're not saying like you're a horrible person. It like when huge like bouts of people come along, oftentimes you get like such a wide range of people. You also seem to get like the not so nice people.
Yeah,
it kind of goes in.
I mean, when we started this podcast, we had a bunch of nice people, and then Druid got here, and it's been all downhill since then.
And I'm the exception to the rule. I'm not going away with time.
So it kind of goes with tandem with what you guys said before. Like when Ruby hit, there was a big influx of new people on the site. So I guess there kind of are some trends. Like something new hits, and then a bunch of people join, and then a bunch of people leave. Usually, it's weird, like how a lot of the people who join don't really make it into the first year. I don't know. It seems like there's a lot of abandoned profiles.
Yeah. But one thing I'm always really curious about, like the earlier guys in like the Rooster Teeth site, they seem to have this sort of what's the word I'm looking for? Like not reputation, but like in my head, they seem to have been like a lot of them were very, very much active. Like for example, some of the earliest adopters were like Barbara and Gavin. They became very active in the community and then ended up joining the company itself. But it seems that sort of culture of like being very active in the community and whatnot seems to only be relegated to a very few people in each wave of like new people coming along, with a new sort of project or show. Have you guys observed the same thing, or?
I'm not sure if like each wave brings about like a new one or two people who are like, oh, they're very active in the community and stuff. But then again, I don't know how that happens, and it's not like I'm not active on the site. Back when I made my account, I had a lot more free time, so I was there all the fucking time. Nowadays, not so much, but because of uni and shit. But I try to be on as much as I can. But I don't know, like it just seems that someone pops out of nowhere, and that everyone knows that person, and the person is super involved with everything. So maybe they work for Skynet.
Maybe indeed, it's Skynet's new plan.
That's a logical direction to go.
Thank you, TJ. I appreciate your input.
Fuck you.
Hey!
We were doing so well. So well, guys.
We're having such a mature conversation, then TJ just steered it to shit.
I'm sorry, baby. I love you.
But hey, speaking of being on the site for a certain amount of time, if you guys allow me to derail this conversation,
go for it.
I realized today that I have completely forgotten about my 2-year anniversary on the site.
Happy anniversary!
Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
I
Happy
registered
Hanukkah!
on May 21st, and it's been a while after we passed May 21st this year. But I've just realized that. I guess it was the kind of thing that I noticed it, and then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna write a journal about that later. And then I just went to do like a fuckload of stuff like I'm doing every day and just forgot about it. But I did write a journal just now, so yay, I'm late to my own party. That's weird.
Yeah,
I did the same thing this year as well. Like I had my 4-year anniversary, and I completely forgot as well until like I think nearly a month afterwards.
I noticed. Like I'd been seeing a lot of anniversary things lately, and then I decided to check mine. Turns out I missed mine about 2 or 3 months ago. My 4th year anniversary. It's a little
TJ, you
disappointed, but
busted.
Yeah, I've been here since March 26, 2011. It's been a long time.
I've been here since from the is this American or European type dates?
It should be American.
Yeah, it's American.
There's no 26th month.
And so it's I've been here since 2010.
The 5th of the 8th?
I don't know what month that is off the top of my head.
Wait, what are the numbers in order?
805, and then was it the year?
So August 8th, 2010?
Yeah. Damn American numbers.
American numbers, best numbers. At least we don't count with stones.
Well, at least
you
we
guys
know
are
what counts.
doing it all wrong.
Okay.
So nice chat. Stuff going both ways.
TJ, the silence wasn't even long enough. You gotta wait for like 5 seconds until you can consider it an awkward silence and break into a song.
Maybe we should just try and like have as long a silence as possible until Tyler, forces us to talk.
Or until it's long enough and he has to edit something out.
Yeah.
Force him to do
power
work.
of editing.
Lazy bastard. Just kidding, Tyler. We love you.
So
not really.
I'm just wondering, like, I was just thinking about it because the fact that like I start my new job next Monday. How do you guys like know you've got an interview? Like, anytime you've sort of gone into an interview for a job or a position or anything like that, what was your feeling afterwards? Like that interview that got you that job? I'm just curious. Or position.
You're talking to the wrong person in my case. I have never been able to land a job.
I mean, not even a job, like like a position for a part or like getting into a school or something like that.
Well, I had to do interviews for my internships, and some parts for like school plays. I don't know. Like, it may sound cocky, but it's true. Like the majority of the interviews I went through, I got the part or the internship. So usually when I left those interviews, I felt good, about it. Like, because some of them I already knew I got it. Like they would tell me on the spot. Some others they would make me wait. But I don't know. It just felt like I did it. But then again, the ones I didn't get, I also felt like I laughed and I was like, yeah, I didn't get that one. And sure enough, I didn't get those.
Well, I mean, the only time I've ever really auditioned for anything, I've auditioned maybe 3 or 4 times for different orchestra-related stuff. Mostly for All County, but once I had to audition to actually get into high school. Because they had like an arts program, and I auditioned for that, and I mean, I thought it went well, and I got in, so I didn't really dwell on it.
Okay, so it's basically what we say is like it seems to only apply for me and my dad. basically every time we go into an interview and we think we completely bombed it, like we said, like we can only remember bad things we did, we usually get the position. Like the job I was applying for was a highly technical role in a like position that they sort of made up, and I screwed up most of it. Like my memory of it is mostly me going, I actually don't know that, or just like them catching me out in really stupid things. And supposedly, like they called me back 2 hours afterwards, and then like suppose like they said, oh yeah, so like, oh, I heard the interview went well, and I honestly thought that I screwed up horribly. And I was talking to a friend of mine who's like he used to be an IT recruiter, and he's like, yeah, that's meant to be, you meant to blow him away, and I still don't understand why. But it was the same with every other position I've ever gotten. I've always thought I completely bombed the interview somehow, and they still managed to hire me. I'm always really confused as to when someone says, "Hey, do you want a job?" I'm like, "Why? I completely screwed it up, didn't I?"
So I think our podcast.
Wait a
Someone
second.
say some.
Luís,
Okay.
your mic just got really like far
Whoops.
away.
Problem solved.
There we go. So I think our podcast. Some would say that a couple of episodes are considered not safe for work, but that doesn't mean that we cannot give you tips to land a job.
True.
So I would suggest like a few tips, like pro tips, if you will, on how to get a job with the Shifty keys. Not like working for us, but pro tips by us.
You won't be paid.
I mean, yeah, if you want to work for us, you won't get paid or any benefits or anything. First of all, if you go for an interview, especially if it's like a company or a bank or whatever the fuck that is, but that is a bit of a more formal environment, don't use shorts. I had a friend wearing a t-shirt and shorts. They didn't allow him to enter the building. It was for a bank. And it's like another common friend in common we have. He managed to set up the interview for this friend of mine, and then he just shows up like, oh yeah, I was on the streets already, so I just popped in. And man, I wanted to kick his nuts in so hard because don't do
brutal.
that, Try to wear at least something a little bit formal. Even if you don't have something formal, wear pants. Don't wear shorts. For fuck's sakes, don't
one
do
thing
that.
And
someone
especially
told me,
don't go commando.
Yeah.
Definitely. One thing I was always told is always overdress for the thing. Like it's usually, it means like no matter what happens, even if nobody wears that, they always see it as you care quite a lot for the position. So it usually gives off a good impression.
So if I'm applying at, say, Pizza Hut, I should wear my full suit, right?
Yes.
All right, got it.
Or your Batman suit.
Yes, that's also acceptable.
Another pro tip relating to outfits: don't get naked during the interview. Unless it's for the porn industry, then I guess that's part of the deal. I wouldn't know. But yeah.
Don't worry, they have videos about it.
Did that same friend
just sounded
also
creepy.
try that, or?
No, that wasn't him.
Wait, so there actually is a guy you know who did that?
No, there isn't. I guess.
Okay.
His name is not TJ.
I tried it once. Never again.
But
So you guys got any other tips?
I actually got it. Like, if you can, try and make jokes and whatnot when it is like acceptable. Don't do it like when they're explaining a position. Like, yeah, or like, just try and like if you make them laugh and whatnot, it creates less tension in the air, even for yourself or for the interviewers, because oftentimes the interviewers are nervous themselves because they want to find the person for the position. So if you can put them at ease and you find yourself at ease, they'll also think like, hey, this person could get along with us and I wouldn't mind working with them. So if you have the ability to, try. Yeah, don't do anything risky like anything that
No dead baby jokes.
Yeah, no dead baby jokes.
Or
no
your mama
jokes.
jokes.
Or anything like that.
Like the employer is saying, yeah, this is a lot of heavy work, and then you start a yo mama joke about how the employer's mom is fat. Don't do that.
You think this is heavy? You should have felt your mom in bed last night. Oh.
Yes, this is a perfect example of what not to do. I mean, like we had a whole joke of in the interview of like where we had like this like computers coming alive. Like basically we had Skynet jokes. It's one of those things where like if it's somewhat applicable, try and make a joke. Of course, don't. If they're really serious, then don't. Maybe it's up. You need to be able to read the situation.
I did mention the podcast once in an internship interview. I didn't say the name though. Just asked like my hobbies, and I said I recorded a podcast.
Oh
They're
god.
like, huh? Okay, whatever. So TJ, tips?
I already said I've never had a job.
Okay.
I'm
Well, I never got
absorbing
naked
these
during
tips.
an interview, but I did that tip, so
Well, that's just common sense. What do you want me to do? Give people common sense?
Yes.
it's
Just for the-
almost a
for the-
superpower.
For the
All right,
comedy.
all right. Just a pro tip: don't crash your car into the front of the business when you park.
Excellent
See?
point. Excellent point.
Don't steal the employer's car, for example.
Don't key their
And
car.
drive it through.
Don't touch their car. Don't even think about touching the car. Don't even look at their car. Just walk in the door with your head down, your hands down the front of your pants, and then just stare at the ground as you wait for them to explain the job role to you.
Wait,
Yes,
wait,
down in front of your pants. No, don't. Why are you unzipping? No, just don't touch it. No, fuck.
yet
No,
again,
don't,
if it is
don't
for
stick it in the
a
pizza. Don't stick your hands in the pizza sauce.
but again, if it is for a porn job, then yeah.
Then do all of that.
Tyler typed these tips. 13 out of 10 would IGN again. Oh man. Shout out to IGN. No,
Got that.
not really.
Shout
I
out to
guess.
these tips.
These nuts. I mean tips.
These nuts. God, I was bored yesterday because I was waiting to get picked up from my summer class, and I was just watching Vine compilations on my phone, and some of them are funny, but a lot of them are just stupid. It was just people running around with these nuts.
Isn't that the internet though?
It might be from the internet, but apparently at some point it got picked up by a lot of Viners.
I mean, like just the internet being stupid.
Also, does anybody else secretly hope that Rooster Teeth does some more Vines eventually?
Oh god. Oh no,
Oh,
I think
yeah.
he actually did a couple of new vines.
Not recently. Like, I thought they only did like kind of 2 batches.
What was the last one you saw?
Oh, I have no idea. There's a lot of the barber ones were like, as you can tell from this chart, this is a giant penis, or something
You might
like
as well.
that.
You might as well just check the Rooster Teeth Vine account because I think there's a couple more. At least they did in the recent months.
Oh, I've never actually gone on Vine to watch a Vine. I'll either watch something that's linked on Twitter, or I'll watch a YouTube compilation.
I usually do the same, but sometimes like I manage just to go onto someone's profile. It's really funny. Like a specific like Hispanic guy named David who did this great one about Jesus.
I think the RT Vines are like, I don't know, it's just amazing how in 6 seconds they managed to make kind of like a short, like an RT short. It has all the elements of telling a story there, and a quick punchline. I mean, 6 fucking seconds. To be honest, like some of the vines are better than 1 or 2 of the more recent shorts. And just before we get hate mail, not that I dislike the RT shorts, they are actually what made me stay with RT. Like they're my favorite production out of all of them, but we could improve them a little bit, you know.
I like it's
Just
like
saying.
for me.
I
I
don't
think
know, I
like
like
the
the quick
first season,
comedy.
I really love them.
Yeah, I mean they're good and all, but you know what's bothering me a little bit? At some point, they started making the shorts almost like advertisements for something. You know,
Yeah, they had product
it's
placement
either
in them.
the Order 1886, which was a good short, by the way.
Yeah.
But in
Did you
the
watch
end,
the
they
Bing
got
one?
a what?
They released a new Bing car short. It's
Although
really
I
funny.
don't think that counts as advertisement. I mean, who would pay to be
Yeah, I
humiliated on the internet?
think it's because they're trying, like, I guess they're trying to, they're getting these sponsorships and they have to find a way to, promote them. So they try to do it in the shorts, but I know what you mean. I wish they would try and go back to some of the old style shorts where they would
It's like,
they weren't big budget at all. Like, it seemed like they just picked up a camera and made a funny video.
yeah, the older shorts, what they call the old school shorts, and they know that they are the old school shorts. They mention it like that. One of the more recent examples of that was the one with Ryan and Chris and Carrie, I guess,
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and that was
about like
hilarious.
Carrie kidnapping Ryan's kids, and one of them wasn't even one of Ryan's kids. Was like a random kid. Like that is a sort of thing. It's like quote unquote the daily life in the RT office. Which of course we know it's not like that, but
It
Yeah.
was like the fake RT life.
yeah, like fake RT life. That's it. And not like, hey, look at this kid, which comes with a Coke shirt and a Microsoft cap. Interesting, huh? You
I mean,
know?
like even like 10 Little Roosters was a little bit down, like of that vein of sort of the older sort of shorts type of thing.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can understand it, like, maybe a little bit right now because actually, it's kind of weird. They put out more of the old school shorts recently than they have in the past, especially considering like they're in the middle of making Laser Team. So
I think it's sorry,
like,
go ahead.
they're in the middle of like making Laser Team, so you could make the argument that that's the reason why they're doing so many sponsored shorts, but they put out more actual original content lately than when they weren't doing Laser Team, so it's kind of surprising.
I think that might actually be because of full screen buying them out, because they no longer have to worry about like finances. Full screen, like they're like, hey, we want this, and full screen's like, yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, um, another one that there wasn't that much of an advertisement was oh shit, I forgot the name of that short, but Chris kept dunking Matt in Gatorade. Like they mentioned Gatorade, so yeah, maybe it was an advertisement, but it wasn't like that much in our faces.
Yeah, it was
Like,
just it was done well. Like if it was product placement, I didn't care because they actually used the prop to good avail. Like the, do you remember the
but
Toyota commercial thing they did short one time?
German Toyota.
They had like a Toyota like short where it's like it's called, I think it might have called Office Space, where someone gets kicked out of their office and moved into a car.
Oh
So it's all
yeah,
based
Chris again.
around,
I think it's Scion,
yeah, something
the
like
name of the
that.
car.
That just felt like blatant advertising.
Yeah, that was like it couldn't have been any car. Like for the purpose of the story. Oh, this car has a lot of internal space. What is the name of this car? Something something. Yay.
Also, TJ, the most recent Vine is from the 4th of April of this year.
Okay, that's a little.
The Ninja School one?
Yes, the Ninja School graduation.
Yeah, that was a good
I
one. I
think I
do
watched
remember that
that.
though now, so I might
Yeah.
have begun a little bit. But time like flying like crazy lately for me.
We're all getting
Maybe it's-
old.
Yeah. Remember back in like when we were all 5, and it's like a year is forever.
A day is forever.
Yeah. And now it's
Sounds-
like we can barely fit everything we need to do in a day.
Sounds like a good title. A day is forever. Bond.
Sounds like a James Bond movie.
Yeah. Day is forever.
We can have Luís sing it.
A day is forever. There we go.
James
John
Bond
Connery
in
is James Bond.
John Connery, Sean Connery's son, now playing James Bond.
James Bond playing James Bond. We know it's ironic. He's called James Bond.
That reminds me of a joke my cousin once told me. It's fucking stupid, but just the way he delivered the joke was really funny. I'll try to say, but it's gonna suck dicks. It's something like it was a conversation. I don't remember the whole thing, but a guy asked to a friend, and he goes like, "So, you're about to have a baby, huh? What's gonna be his name? Oh, Earl Jr. Okay. What about your second kid, Earl Jr. Jr.? Right. So a third kid would be Earl JJJ." And I don't know, it made sense in the context. Awkward silence. Thank you, guys. That was
Yep,
great.
we had to do it one more time.
Yeah. Tyler typed something and it really raises a point. He typed, "Remember before RT and we didn't know each other? It's actually weird to me." Yeah, it's odd, isn't it?
I mean, the funny thing is, before RT, I never really did anything on the internet besides, like, YouTube, like watching YouTube videos on, like, Facebook, like everyone. Well, I actually got forced into Facebook. But once I joined, like, the Rooster community, I started doing more online type things, like doing stupid voices for the internet or this podcast.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of the opposite. Before RT, I did a couple things on the internet, but I'd never actually, talked to people. Like, I had, chatted with them through text, but I'd never actually, had conversations with people over voice or even video chat or anything like that. So, RT's changed me in that way. Oh, sorry. Usually I'm too, like, socially awkward to even join in on stuff like that, but the RT community is just, well, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that.
I mean, to be honest, I'm actually really surprised. You don't sound like socially awkward at all. Like, I mean, even from all the stuff I know you from.
Oh yeah, that's because you haven't met me in real life.
Yeah.
Like, and it's even worse when I'm out in public. Like, I get really nervous around social situations, especially with people I don't know, which is probably one of the reasons I would be really bad at like a job interview.
Yeah.
So I don't know. TJ, two shot for you. What?
Oh God.
Yeah, I mean, before RT, I didn't do much on the internet too, like, even in terms of watching stuff. I would at most, like, read my emails and log into some, maybe Facebook or Uncut, which I had before Facebook. But then after RT, I started doing more stuff online because, I met people and they had projects and I ended up making my own. So
It's with the internet. I've always had like this like opposite problem where I'm perfectly okay in social situations in real life. I do get drained by them, but on the internet, I'm petrified to like do anything because I feel like I can't really clarify myself or people will misunderstand what I'm saying. So I usually tend to not post a lot of things. But lately, just I've sort of came out of my shell on the internet would be a term. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean, but I'm like that on the internet and on whatever. Like, I mean, the thing about me is I'm comfortable when I'm in like a group of people that I know I can talk to them and have a nice conversation, or without getting awkward or whatever, or it can be
Mm.
awkward, but without it getting socially awkward.
Yeah, like
But
it's just
but
awkward, funny.
yeah, but when it's with a group of people that I might even know them, but I'm just not used to like talking with them. Like, even the Rooster Speak people. Like, sometimes I'll be in the lobby or something, hanging out, and I won't say a thing. I'll just be lurking, like, listening to everybody else talk, and like, I wish I could talk to these people. I don't know. It's just how my brain works. It's so weird.
so
I
you're gonna
think.
say, "I wish I could touch these nuts."
God.
I wish I could just go over the thing. Hey guys, you know what I wish I could talk to? These
These
nuts.
nuts.
Slowly
then-
whisper into the mic.
And then everybody would just stop talking, and Dickiban would ban me from Rooster Speak.
User has been moved from channel.
Yes.
No, I wasn't saying anything. I was doing a sigh. A very loud sigh.
Tyler typed, "I'll make TJ super awkward. You would get the most inappropriate man hug in public when I see you." That sounds like dry humping.
Yeah,
so
that would be awkward.
And I'll join in.
I would film it and put it on our channel, for evidence. You
I
guys
feel like
want to do
step
some?
one of this is to all actually get in one place at the same time.
I mean,
feel like
hey,
that's
I
an
got a
important
job,
step.
so I might go to RTX next year.
Hey, once the Shifty keys buy their own island, anything's possible.
After world domination.
Exactly. So you guys want to do some questions?
Sure.
Sure.
Can't wait to hear what Luís sounds like with the nose thing and doing questions.
Yeah. Questions.
Probably the same.
Yeah. But still was. I need to think of new tunes because I'm afraid of repeating the questions tunes. You could use a theme song, but then again,
You can always badly rip off other things like "Hello, my honey," "Hello, my baby," questions like that. Sure, why not? Could you get flagged for copyright for a badly sung rendition of something?
I mean, I don't think so.
That's the question we should answer.
Pancakes.
Good.
So, this one was sent by TDBTyler, and he asks, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest, how awesome are the other people on the podcast with you right now?
Is Sigma
okay?
a number?
In order of importance, Luís 5, Druid 7,
Hey.
Tyler 1.
TJ minus 15. Druid pancakes. Tyler, not that many pancakes.
He's a banana.
Me, ultra pancakes.
Ultramarine. I would say 28.4, 48.6, and negative A.
Who?
That's for you to find out.
Well, I call dibs on the 28 because I'm just that awesome.
I call dibs on the 40 something. So Tyler's a -2.
Wait, I thought the 28 was the highest. Damn it.
Fuck you, TJ. See, that's why you're a minus you're minus 15.
Minus 15.
You're not even a pancake, TJ. That's sad.
I'm a number. Damn you.
You're not even a minus pancake. You're just a minus 15.
You don't owe anyone a pancake.
I mean, no. Although, yeah, I'll probably buy you guys pancakes, except for TJ.
Yay!
I'll buy my own pancakes. You know, fuck that. I'll buy a waffle. You don't own me.
Oh, wait, when I was in
that's
Macau,
such a minus 15 thing to say.
When I was in Macau, I had the best pancakes ever. I just found this random pancake shop. I'll actually send you guys an image 1 second. Continue on questions if need.
Wow, Tyler. And Tyler typed Luís less than 3, TJ 10, Druid 10. And I said Tyler was a little less pancakes than Druid or me. That's... Come on, man. That's harsh.
He doesn't.
Aww, thank you, Tyler. You said that less than 3, it's like the last sign, and 3, which is a heart. Now I feel creeped out. I mean... Cheers, mate.
Speaking of pancakes.
Oh my god, Druid.
It was worth every amount of pataka. Is that what the money in Macau is? Yeah, I think it's pataka that I spent on them. Yeah.
Where is Macau?
It's a city-state in China. It's in a similar state to Hong Kong, where it's like under the one country, two systems thing.
Okay. That looks very delicious.
It was.
Is that ice cream on it?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, Druid is one of those pancakes. Tyler is like a plain pancake. I'm like 5 of these pancakes.
So am I just like the flag that's stuck in them?
No, TJ, you're like the table.
Well, screw you guys. I support you all.
Okay, fine. You're the napkin.
Cleans up our messes.
That sounds dirty. Literally.
Nah, just kidding. TJ. You can be a pancake too. Yeah, everyone's a pancake.
Everyone do the
Alright.
pancake dance.
So, as awkward as that question has been, I think. Next question.
Yes, please. Another caller, please. Line 2.
You didn't have a question ready, did you?
Of course I do. Just wanted to see how long you guys could go with that.
So, caller,
Okay,
how do you feel
Tyler.
today?
Wow, Tyler, did you just bash your head on the keyboard?
Well, some people do feel like that sometimes.
I don't
But
even know
don't
how
worry,
to
today
read
is
that.
okay.
But anyway, this question was asked by Sun88P, and he asked, I have never been to the kind of conventions like Comic-Con, PAX, or RTX. What are they like? If I go to one, what can I expect?
Very expensive stuff, a lot of crowded people, and then sort of a mixture of like amazing cosplay and just a lot of just very expensive things. I also some free stuff if you're lucky. I won a free T-shirt and got to play Dark Souls 2 before it came out.
You know, I would expect that stuff at cons. At least my first impression of cons, that stuff would be less expensive. But then again, I can see why they would people will try to rip other people off.
They do. It is ridiculous. I remember I promised my sister I'd get her a souvenir from my time at London Comic Con, and I was going to get her a Totoro doll thing, the big fluffy teddy bear. Anyway, and it was one the size of like my fist, and that was £20, British pounds.
Fucking hell.
It was crazy. I think the only thing my brother bought was a Full Metal Alchemist pocket watch.
Oh, that'd be cool.
It had like the inscription inside, and it worked perfectly, and also had a cool necklace with it. And that was like the most expensive thing we bought, but it was completely worth it. That and also T-shirts are also worth it as well sometimes.
The price?
Oh, wow.
Druid. That's how Druid spent the next 5 years working as a slave in a coal mine.
It worked 2 unpaid internships. Sadly, no, Tyler. It did not have Winry all over it.
What's a Winry?
It's the one of the female leads in Full Metal Alchemist.
It's Tyler's waifu.
Yeah. Oh God.
Ah, Jesus. I feel like I'm gonna have to Google that sooner or later for the link shitter.
It's basically a female character you feel an affinity to and wish you could actually marry in real life. Hence why it sounds like wife.
Oh yeah,
Basically,
Tyler
what I
mentioned
get
this
from
chick before.
Is that Tyler likes women who can work with their hands.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Tyler, you have way too many waifus. Is that how it's pronounced?
Yes.
Yeah, he's got Winry.
He mentioned Winry,
Tifa
Lockhart,
Library Girl.
What? Wait, what? What's Library Girl?
Oh, sorry. That was...
You don't want to know.
Okay. I mean, Tyler
Movie
doesn't
theater
want me to know,
girl.
so that's grand.
Girl.
Oh
Says
yeah,
you can explain it.
Man girl.
Note to future Luís, put those pictures on the link shitter. You know, Winry and Tifa and those other people.
And look up the term for waifu as well.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna have to go through so many weird stuff on the internet, and then the cookies will make the internet think that, I don't know, I'm looking to buy like those weird pillows with characters in them. I don't know.
So Tyler's given the go ahead. Could someone explain to me what his library girl is?
I'm typing, sorry.
Okay.
So yeah, library girl. Apparently, it's a robot Tyler's building in order to take over the world, and he's building her in a library.
Oh,
The
okay.
end.
I thought it was
No,
just some
seriously, I
random
don't know.
girl that he had a crush on that he met in the library, and they had a long 2 month stint of romanticness because Tyler was doing some music projects and needed books. But then, because of the fact that she had cancer or something like that, she gets rushed off to the hospital without letting him know, and he thinks that she just doesn't like her in the end.
You know, apart from the cancer thing, I think the rest is kind of near.
Okay. I hope I'm not right about the last part. For those who are listening, Tyler just did a surprised, scared face in the chat.
Means you're right. Yay!
Anyway, so shall
I
we
mean-
go to next question?
Unless Tyler wants to write the explanation himself,
yes.
and then we can read it.
I went,
Okay.
"Nah."
Do you want us to cut that out? TJ can do it. All right then.
Yep.
So the next question, and let's hope I don't have to Google any weird stuff again. Tyler, please. He typed, she doesn't know the podcast anyway. What are you doing with your life, Tyler? Actually, that's a PSA for all of our listeners and our guests, and Tyler especially. Tell the world about the Shift Key podcast. Please. Pretty please. Especially our grandparents. They will love our kind of humor.
Yeah, especially the different paths it goes down. It's totally part of their fundamental core values and whatnot.
Oh, absolutely. Okay then, so after our little self-advertisement, well, there are a lot of questions about conventions here, and neither TJ or I have gone to one, so just gonna skip ahead. And I mean, we'll ask those eventually when more people who went to conventions are in the podcast. Don't worry.
Like, how many convention questions are there in?
Like 3 or 4.
Okay.
So, this one was sent by Dr. Sparks, and she asked, "Have you ever dropped an electronic device in the toilet?"
No.
Dropped my toothbrush in the toilet one time.
You.
I'm honestly scared. I'm just trying to remember. I think I burnt it, hopefully. Though it was like 6-year-old me, and there could have been a possibility I tried to use it again.
Oh, God, no.
I'm really... No. Oh, God, no. No, I use it again afterwards. Oh. Anyway.
Just no. I've never dropped electronic device into my toilet. I did drop a toy car when I was a kid, but I guess that's it.
I've broken plenty of electronic devices, but never... I'm gladly never dropped it down a toilet.
All right, so this one was sent by Kitsune, and she asked, if you could go back in time to witness any event, which would you choose and why?
My birth?
You.
I mean, it'd be...
Go on.
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool.
Nah, I... as it might have been, I don't think that would be my first choice. I'll probably, like, if I have to say a specific historical event, maybe the opening of the Eiffel Tower, because apparently it had like this whole thing of the World Fair and all that, so it must have been a pretty kick-ass day. So yeah, that. TJ?
I went AFK for a second. Sorry. Can you repeat the question?
If you go, If you could go back in time to witness any event, which would you choose and why?
Oh, that'd be rough. I would either want to witness. That is like really tough. If there was one event I wanted to witness. I mean, okay, I guess I'll just have to go off my first two choices because the rest of them would just be too numerous to think about. Because I'm a huge fan of history. Well, not a fan of history, but I'm a huge history nerd. I like history. And first, I would want to go back to the assassination of JFK to try and find out who did it. You know, the whole grassy knoll and things like that. That's kind of an obvious one. And then the second one is I would like to see the launch of Apollo 11 because I'm a fucking space nerd too.
They're both really cool events to see.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't call JFK's assassination a really cool event to see.
Oh no, I mean like they're both good choices. Maybe let me rephrase before it sounds like I like yes, I planned it. It was the Irish all along.
Damn you, NRA. Sorry.
It's close enough. But actually, no, there is actually a called the NI. Oh, is it?
The national, the NRA, the National Rifle Association of America.
There's something called also like the real IRA, the provisional IRA. There's they're like almost like drop like sort of different pop bands now. Never thought I'd be saying that about a terrorist organization.
They're almost like a pop band.
I can't believe I called the IRA the NRA. Vic would probably smack me if she was here. I think she's big on knowing a lot about the IRA.
Didn't she spend some time up?
Well, Vic's a history major, so.
Yeah, that's probably why she'd smack me. I'm a history nerd. She's a history major.
See, that is something I would pay to see, like Vic smacking TJ over like historical misinformation.
So what? Sorry, what was it again, Tyler? What you want to argue over? Saying something about me and her need to argue.
The IRA or history?
Or UK history.
Who gets to slap TJ?
I mean, I'd get into you to slap TJ, just saying.
You need to pay tickets to slap me. It's $100 a ticket.
I think I should also be in that conversation since I'm the only Irish person in that case.
Well, Tyler's British, therefore he thinks he's entitled to every part of the UK or former UK.
Yeah, I think it's always interesting. Tyler just backpedaling. He's like, no. Don't worry, we kicked you out of most of it. Grand.
So are you like the Republic of Ireland or Northern Ireland?
Yeah, Republic.
So is there like any animosity there, or do most people just not really care anymore?
I mean, the fact is, so many people are just fed up with the fighting. Like the conflict's been going, like the original roots of the conflict go back 700 years, and the fighting only really stopped at the turn of the century. So by this point in time, most people they just wanted it to stop.
Yeah, I can see that.
Also, like a lot of Irish people, they emigrated. Like I have loads of relatives in England, and I know a lot of English people here in Ireland. So it's so past that point of them and us. Because some of them are us.
Just a question, Druid.
You
said that you're from like the Republic of Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
It's the non-UK part, right?
Yes, it's the part where we have euros. And
you guys have euros?
Yep, we're part of the EU.
Oh, so you're part of the EU, but you're not of the UK.
What? I'm confused. Say it again.
You're part of the EU, but you're not part of the UK.
Yes.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay,
but
yeah, that makes sense.
We have free travel to the UK.
Oh.
Like, there's no border check at the Northern Ireland part. Well, not anymore, so.
Kind of like the Mercosur here in South America. Like, it's a lot easier to go to some of the countries who are part of the group.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not exactly free travel. Like, you still have to pay for tickets and shit, but
Yeah, but
it's
like,
easier.
you're not gonna get stopped or something as much. Well, that took a serious turn anyway.
Yeah.
So penises, right?
I think, yeah, speaking of penises, I think we can wrap it up. Get it? Wrapping it up and penises? No. Use condoms, kid.
Don't forget, wrap it before you tap it.
So, before we wrap up, we need to ask our audience a question. Druid, go.
If you were France, how would you take over the world?
Shit, you had one?
Hmm.
Usually people don't have a question.
I just make it up as I go along, so.
That was a pretty good one.
So, if you were France, how would you take over the world?
So, like, modern France, or like, you know,
Any
back
time
during.
periods.
So, like, just France.
If you were any
yep.
France, how would you take over the world?
We're going all the way back to Gaul.
They kicked some serious butt, to be honest.
The French or the Gaul?
Gaul.
Yeah, they showed those rotten Romans who was boss.
Anyway, we were wrapping up.
All right. So,
God, now I can't get the condom metaphor out of my head.
It's all your fault.
God damn it! No, Luís brought it up. I just said penis.
And I'm proud of it. All right. So, everyone, thank you so much for listening. Druid, thank you so much for being with us today.
My pleasure.
And don't forget to listen to the outro to find out how to interact with us. Links are in the description. Also, the link shader if you want to check out all those anime things that I have no idea what they are. And until next week, wrap it before you tap it.
You're secretly my waifu.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Shifty Key Podcast. The intro and outro music is provided to us by our editor, TDBTyler. To get more involved with the Shifty Key Podcast, you can answer the questions for the audience asked by our guests, or even ask the cast a question of your very own, either here in the YouTube comments or in our Rooster Teeth group. To keep updated with this channel's shenanigans, you can follow us on Twitter, join and watch our group on Rooster Teeth, or simply subscribe. All links will be in the description. Until next week, goodbye.
So, I've got some explaining to do. For this particular podcast, there was an interesting Easter egg that went on for quite a while, and the reason why it did was because I joined in. I'm guessing because you listened to the podcast, you heard that, I was in the background only using text. But right at the end, after they said goodbye, I turned on my laptop's microphone to talk to them, and they said that they could hear me perfectly fine. We could hear each other great, but the recorded track that I got, fuck knows what happened, because I destroyed the audio when I was talking through my laptop's microphone, and that will be the last time I ever do that, because I'm not entirely sure what happened. To give you guys an example, I'm going to play a clip of it, but use caution. It shouldn't clip the speakers or anything like that, but it certainly doesn't sound pleasant, and that's after I've tried fixing it. So, yeah, prepare yourself, brace yourself. 3, 2, 1.
Tyler, I still have to, revoke your person card because you watched 50 Shades of Grey.
So, yeah, as you can imagine, I may try to fix up that audio, but there's no way to fix the pitch. And even if I had the time to fix that, anytime I hit push to talk, the audio would go like that. So yeah, I guess you could call this the Easter egg, me explaining it to you, the audio's fucked, but I don't know, there's no real audio for the Easter egg this week. Apologies. It fucking sucks as well because it was a good one, but you know, use your imagination. Woo! Fading out on woo. God, it's hard to do these things on my own. Ah!